struggle for African liberation has reached Benin. As news spreads of a coup attempt led by Colonel Pascal Tigri, the narrative war begins. Western media outlets claim the attempt has failed, but Pan-African voices say otherwise. While France rushes to back President Talon using its military base, and ECOWAS threatens military intervention, a larger question looms. Is Benin about to break free from neo-colonialism and join the Sahel alliance? Pan-African journalist Egunchi Behenzen calls out French disinformation and exposes the reality behind the scenes, that the people of Benin are rising and many within the army are turning against the pro-French regime. With Guinea-Bissau's coup being quietly tolerated, and Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso already lost to France, the stakes have never been higher. This video unpacks the truth behind the chaos, the role of France, the silence of the African Union, and the growing divide between ECOWAS and Sahel-aligned forces. This is not just a coup, it's a front line in the Pan-African revolution. Stay informed, stay conscious, enjoy a storm is brewing in West Africa. In Benin, a silent uprising has shaken the power structures, and the world is watching. Is this the beginning of another chapter in Africa's fight against neocolonialism? Or will foreign-backed forces crush yet another hope for liberation? On the surface, it was just another news headline. Coup attempt in Benin. But behind the scenes, a much bigger story is unfolding. A group of soldiers, led by Colonel Pascal Tigri, appeared on national television announcing the takeover of the government. They declared the suspension of the constitution, closed the borders, and dissolved national institutions. But almost immediately, mainstream media rushed to dismiss the coup as failed. They quoted sources close to President Talon and said, "Everything is under control." The problem? Those reports were not coming from national or official military channels. According to Pan-African journalist Egunchi Behenzen, this is all part of a media manipulation effort by France and the pro-Talon regime. He claims the so-called failure of the coup is just propaganda. Let's ask the real question. Why is France so concerned about what happens in Benin? France has military bases in multiple West African countries, including Benin. With its influence weakening in Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and now even Madagascar, Benin has become one of the last strongholds of French-backed leadership. When the coup attempt was announced, Emmanuel Macron reportedly called Nigeria's President Tinubu, urging ECOWAS to act militarily. But why is France, a European power, so interested in sending African soldiers to fight African soldiers on African soil? The answer is simple: control. Control of resources, control of political influence, and control of Africa's future. ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States, was created to promote regional cooperation, but in recent years it's earned a different reputation. Many Africans now see ECOWAS as a tool of foreign powers, especially France. Why did ECOWAS threaten military intervention in Benin, but merely issue statements of condemnation when the Guinea-Bissau coup happened? The difference is clear. Guinea-Bissau's leadership is already outside French control. But Benin, under President Patrice Talon, is a known pro-France figure. The threat of ECOWAS isn't about protecting democracy, it's about protecting Western interests. In Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, new leadership has risen under anti-imperialist banners. These countries form the Sahel alliance, rejecting French military presence and building Pan-African military and economic cooperation. Could Benin be next? That's what scares France. That's why the international media is in overdrive. Colonel Tigri's movement claims it is fighting not just against corruption, but against foreign puppetry. Videos show thousands in the streets of Cotonou celebrating, waving African unity flags, and chanting against colonial powers. The energy is real. The desire for change is undeniable. And now a new generation of Pan-African youth is watching, learning, organizing. If Benin joins the Sahel alliance, the balance of power in West Africa could shift permanently. ECOWAS would face the impossible choice: fight a war on behalf of foreign powers, or embrace a new African order led by African people. The African Union, so far silent, will also be tested. Will it stand for African sovereignty, or remain stuck as a symbolic institution without action? One thing is clear: The winds of change are blowing across Africa, and this is no longer just about one country. It's about all of us. Whether you live in Lagos, Dakar, Nairobi, or the diaspora, the fight to make Africa great belongs to you. Stay informed, stay conscious, stay ready, because what's happening in Benin is only the beginning.
Yes, situation still unstable in Cotonou, Benin, since announcement of military coup by a group of soldiers on national television. Hours later, the government has released also a statement through private television by saying that they have restored the situation and President Talon is still in power. ECOWAS also has released a statement to condemn attempt military takeover in Benin, promising all support, including deploying the regional standby force. So I'm going to read the statement released by ECOWAS. ECOWAS statement on the Republic of Benin. ECOWAS Commission has received with consternation reports of an attempted military takeover in the Republic of Benin. ECOWAS strongly condemns this unconstitutional move that represents a subversion of the will of the people of Benin. ECOWAS calls for the full respect of the Constitution of Benin and salutes the efforts of the government and the Republican Army in bringing the situation under control. ECOWAS holds the leaders of the plot, both individually and collectively, responsible for any loss to life and property occasioned by their action. ECOWAS will support the government and the people in all forms necessary, including the deployment of the regional standby force to defend the Constitution and the territorial integrity of Benin. Abuja, 7th December 2025, ECOWAS Commission. That is a message or the statement released by ECOWAS. Yeah, it means ECOWAS is ready to intervene militarily. A country of Nigeria also has prepared to send jet fighters in Benin. Let us ask ourselves, let us assume this coup has succeeded and ECOWAS announcing to intervene militarily. Nigeria ready to send jets in Benin to fight soldiers. And those soldiers assume they are saying we are going to unite with Sahel. What will happen? If you try to think what will happen, it means it will be the war between the alliance of Sahel states and Benin. And there's also some information that Benin is being used by France and Western power trying to destabilize Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. And that's why France and ECOWAS reacted quickly. And we remember this situation happened to Niger when Niger military leaders took power. You remember ECOWAS threatened to invade Niger militarily. But when Mali and Burkina Faso stood up and said, if you touch Niger, you are touching us. And if it's true that ECOWAS want to intervene militarily, how is it possible that ECOWAS can fight for one person? So it means if you allow ECOWAS to intervene militarily, it means ECOWAS will fight many people, even if are not majority, but many people, for a single person. So ECOWAS want to restore president, but will fight many people. Do you see this is the right way to solve challenges? And if it's already seen that soldiers are not happy with President Talon, what does this mean? It means Even if today the coup has failed, they will not stop there. They will find another way. We know that France and ECOWAS have backup President Talon, but these people will not stop there. There is something wrong with President Talon and soldiers. So ECOWAS, I think, it does not need to invite or to send standby force. What ECOWAS should do is to tell these leaders that what you are doing will not stay in power for too long. I've been saying this many times, that these continental bodies, regional bodies, instead of waiting situation to become critical, why don't they call their leaders, telling them that generation has changed, people want things on the ground, people have challenges. Do we solving challenges? We have resources. Do we using our resources to solve our challenges? If you don't do so, you will be overthrown. You will be overthrown. There's no way you can survive in this generation. This generation wants results. This generation wants to see things happening on the ground. So, family, we will witness more coups. We will witness more coups in the continent of Africa, because this is a wave of changes, and no one can stop this wave of changes. The way you saw our founding fathers in 1960s attain independence, this is what will happen again. This is the rebirth of new generation, the rebirth of Africa. We attained political independence. Right now, Africans, this generation, are asking for economic independence. Whether you came through the ballot, whether you came through the gun, if you don't serve the people, if you don't serve majority, you will be overthrown. We saw such things in Mali, Niger, Burkina, Madagascar, Gabon. Recently, we saw in Guinea-Bissau, and today we are talking about Benin. Yes, maybe coup was foiled, but remember, the ghost of changes will not stop there. The ghost of changes will not stop there. I've seen in some countries where they're saying they're democratic, but they're serving the interest of the West. So in the near future, brothers and sisters, if our leaders will not find solutions for challenges, we are going to witness more coups. And that's why I said I see the collapse of African Union. Why I'm saying so? Because I'm not saying so because I'm a prophet or related to anyone. I'm saying so because the rules and laws of African Union is clear that if you come to power unconstitutional or through military coup, will be suspended. My question is, how many countries will be suspended? Because I see more coups. I see more coups coming because I see in many African countries resources are being used for the interest of few people. Our leaders are serving the interest of the West. All of us, we witnessed what happened in Washington this week when President Trump bring together Kagame and Tshisekedi. In the final words of President Trump, he said, now American companies can have access to critical minerals in the Democratic Republic of Congo. What does that mean? In the near future, these young Africans will have no place to extract minerals. Because what I see, maybe I see different, but I see that in many African countries, resources are being privatized. We have these people whom we call investors. We love them, and they love them also. I want investors because they will come with technologies, will create jobs. But I see that single investor can displace thousands of people in a village or in a place. And by claiming that he's coming to create jobs, 20 years to come, those areas that are so potential will be already occupied by investors. And the population of young people will have no place to work because these investors will not accommodate all people because they are here to make profit. They're not here to create jobs for our young people or young men and women. No, they're here to make profit. They will not accommodate all people. And when these people will ask to invest in their resources, they will find that those resources are already taken by investors. That's where things will become difficult. We are going to see fighting in this continent. We are going to see more coup. We are going to see more conflict in this continent. Let us wake up. Political leaders, let us think beyond. Generation has changed. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not okay. I accept that I'm not okay, but that's what I see in the near future. I see more coups. I see the collapse of African Union because African Union will suspend these countries, and these countries will create their own organization, and then they will fight back African Union, and they will see African Union as a threat to them because we know that African Union is supported by Western power. So if we are not careful, we are going to witness the big war in the continent of Africa. Big war are coming. Let me reserve this for the next video. I will come to share with you how big war will erupt in Africa. So brothers and sisters, let me end here for today. The aim was to share what happened in Benin. We are still looking closely on the situation in Benin, and we'll give you more information on what is going on in Benin. Till now, the government claimed that they have restored the situation. So let us wait and see what will happen in next hours and next time. The situation will continue to be calm, or things will change. Let us wait and see what will happen. But all in all, we are asking for peace. We are asking for unity among Africans. So leaders must understand people want changes, want accountability, want people who can fight corruption and deliver quality and good services to the people, not to serve the interest of the West. So those who are serving the interest of the West, be prepared. Those are just my words up to now. Let me say, have a nice time. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.